Hi, my name is Michael and welcome back to my movie corner where today is once again one of those weekly movie reviews to try and find out what is my top 10 favorite movies. And this week, as you can see somewhere on the screen for the spin wheel, as it is going, uh, it picks the movie at random. And this week's movie just so happens to be The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I have not seen this in quite a few years, and my version of it has an extra 17 minutes. So that is going to be interesting. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this review. Okay, so I just finished the movie and I had a good time watching it. It's one that I haven't seen in a few years. I definitely laughed at a lot of the jokes and cringed more than I thought I would at a lot of the scenes. Like I said, I haven't seen this in a few years, so I actually forgot about a lot of the stuff that was in this movie. Um, so it was definitely fun to watch. The plot revolves around main character Andy, as he works in an electronics store and lives a very mundane life, and not doing anything on the weekends. All that changes when his work colleagues need a fifth player for their poker game, and rather reluctantly invites Andy along. During said poker game, his work colleagues find out that Andy is still a virgin, and help him in order to lose his V card. During all the help Andy's new friends are giving, Andy meets Trish, and after talking to her and helping her on deciding between a VCR and a VCR/DVD player, Trish gives Andy her phone number. But after this, still more hijinks ensue, with Andy's work friends still trying to help him lose his V card before he goes on a date with Trish. So the main character, played by Steve Carell, plays well into the socially awkward 40-year-old virgin, and it's funny to see himself try to go along with all the bad advice from his new friends. As the movie progresses, we see that beside Cal, played by Seth Rogen, Andy's the only stable person. Seth Rogen does a good job in this movie. Paul Rudd also does a really good job at playing the stalker type, who goes on about a relationship he had that ended 2 years ago, and they played that gag up by showing Amy and getting her side of the story. The 40-Year-Old Virgin came out back in 2005 and was made on a budget of $26 million, and I can see why. I hadn't watched this movie in a few years, and I forgot just how big some of the actors are in this movie. The movie did really well, making $177.4 million in the box office. One of the common trivia knowledge about this movie is the infamous chest waxing scene, which had to be done in one take, and it was Carell's real chest being waxed. Steve mentioned in an interview that he ended up going home with his chest looking like that for the scene. And as well, a lot of this movie was improvised on set, including the infamous scene, "You Know How I Know You're Gay." The 40-Year-Old Virgin is a good comedy movie to put on and have a fun time watching and cringing at certain scenes. It still holds up 17 years later, and I definitely enjoyed watching it, as I hadn't seen it in quite a few years. In fact, this is actually my second time watching this movie. It's definitely one to watch if you're a Seth Rogen fan, as well as a fan of Paul Rudd and Steve Carell. I would give The 40-Year-Old Virgin a 7 out of 10. So, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. This was definitely a fun one to revisit. Like I said, I haven't seen it in quite a few years. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe for more movie reviews weekly on Mondays. And I'll see you next Monday for another brand new movie review.